I am talking to you today about you starting a YouTube channel, whether you should or you shouldn't. Ultimately, it's up to you, but I just want to put this video out as a warning as to what you're getting into. YouTube has become business oriented. Back in like 2008 to 2010, somewhere in that time frame, it was more open to people like yourself and myself. Just the general average person could get on there and share their life and share with people what they wanted to do. But now, since probably 2010, YouTube has changed so much, and it has become more of a business platform than anything else. And this is November 2024. If you're thinking about starting a channel, a YouTube channel, by yourself, I want to make that a thing here. If you're going to do it as a solo creator in 2025, I would think long and hard about it. Unless you have a background in business, analytics, graphics design, editing, software, filmography, production, and public speaking, it's a lot. Those are a lot of things you're going to have to be as a solo person on YouTube. And it's not easy. And it's not easy for me. Now, for some people, for people who are already in the film business or video production business or marketing and graphics design and accounting and business people, those are people it seems to be ready-made for. Those people are the ones that can easily do it more than someone like myself who doesn't have a background in any of that. It's not easy, and it's probably one of the most hardest and challenging things you're going to undertake. And there are people out there right now who are giving you advice that I think is bad. And there's a lot of people out there that are saying start a YouTube channel whether you're ready or not. Do it before you're ready. I think that's terrible advice right now in 2025. Now in 2008, 2010, yeah, it was different back then. But now it has become saturated. It's got millions of people on there and millions more jumping on it every day. And you have to compete with people who are way ahead of you. And also, you're at the mercy of their algorithm. You're working for YouTube when you first start out. And there are people out there who try to make it look easy, and it's not. The goal of it is to make it look easy so they can get more people on there. People like you and me that want to jump on, and it makes them money while we are not making money. We're paying money. When you first start, it's going to cost you money. You can start out with your cell phone, sure, but if you want to compete and get seen and get in front of a lot of people and sell your product or get monetized, you've got to compete with all these people that are way ahead of you and who also have teams of people working for them that do it all for them. All they do is stand in front of the camera and do their talk. After they're done, they have somebody else that does the editing, the marketing, the graphics design, and the photography and videography and the production. They have teams of people working for them, and they're doing it as a business. If you're a lone person like me doing it as a hobby, if you just want to do it as a hobby, fine. I'm doing it as a hobby but I'm also doing it as an experiment because I'm skeptical. I'm skeptical about all this YouTube making money business. I want to see for myself if it's possible. So I'm doing it as an experiment. I want to see how many videos it takes me to get monetized. If I don't get monetized within the next year or year and a half, I'm quitting because it's a waste of my time. It's a waste of time if you're not having fun and you're not making a little bit on the side. That's the whole issue. Everybody that's doing it is doing it as a side thing until they get good enough to do it full time. And if your goal is to make money at it and do it as a full-time job, I would warn you against doing it. If that's why you're going to do it, I would warn against that. In 2025, because there's way too much competition. And the other side of it is, if you do become a success at it, you're trapped. It's a trap. You're going to have to outdo your competition. And in order to do that, you're going to have to put out content constantly. You're constantly going to have to think of new content to put out and new things to create to get in front of your audience every week. And it's going to become a grind. And I've seen over the past year and a half, popular YouTubers, successful YouTubers making lots of money, getting paid lots of money. They've quit because they got burned out. It's not what it seems, and it's not what they're trying to make it look like. They're trying to make it look like it's easy and you can make all this money at it. Not from what I've seen. And I've watched a couple of guys that have been on there for over 10 years. One of them said, he put out a video that said only 4% of YouTubers are making over 100,000 a year. The rest of them are not doing that well. And 90%, according to the statistics he looked up, 90% of YouTubers quit. They give up. And that's because it's not easy, it's hard. They have made it hard. They are trying to, the algorithm and the way they're designing their website is more business orientated now. And they're doing it to make more money for themselves. They don't care about you and me or any YouTuber. They're trying to make as much money as they can off their platform as they can. And to do that, they have to constantly keep changing it all the time. And it's getting harder and harder and harder. And it's business oriented. It's business centered now. And that's another thing. If you are doing it as a hobby, that's okay. That's all I'm doing. But if you're aiming to make money at it, you need to approach it as a business. Start an LLC, a sole proprietorship. You have to talk to an accountant and an attorney to make sure you're in line with the rules and what you can and can't do. You're going to have to start it as a business. And then on top of that, you're going to have to pay an accountant and an attorney. That's another cost of it. And on top of that, it's not guaranteed money. If you're at a full-time job and you're making a paycheck, let's say you get paid every 2 weeks, twice a month, that's steady income that you've got. You may not like your job. You may, are looking into YouTube because you hate your job. You want to get out of it. But it's steady money. YouTube is not. YouTube, once you become successful, you think, I'm going to make all this money. I've learned from other YouTubers, the money is not steady. You could make, $5,000 a month or $200 the next month or $10,000 the month after that. It's sporadic. It's not going to be steady income. So if you're somebody looking to make this a full-time gig and you want steady income, not from what I've been researching, and I'm just putting this video out there as a warning because I'm very skeptical. And so far, I'm not liking what I'm seeing. I'm seeing a ton of people on there telling other people that it's something that it's worth it and you should do it and you should start it before you're ready, etc. That's because they're already making money at it. They may or may not have had the skills ready to do it when they started. I do not. I'm still in the learning process. And so I'm just trying to have fun learning about sound equipment and video equipment and making videos and editing software and putting music to it and stuff like that. I'm in the learning process and I'm trying to have fun doing that. I'm not even thinking about doing it for money at all. And in my experiment, if I have to grind at it for a year or 2 years before I ever get anywhere monetized, it's not worth it. My time is more valuable than money is. Your time is more valuable than money is. The most expensive thing on this planet is your time. So I would think long and hard before, and do some research and talk to a lot of people. Talk to an accountant and an attorney before you ever even think about doing it. And figure out, because at the beginning, what I'm finding out is at the beginning, you're going to have to spend money and spend time and grind at it until you figure out something that works. Now, on the other hand, if you already have a brick and mortar business that you're running, then yes, I would suggest going ahead and starting a YouTube channel, because that would enhance your current business that you're in, that you're already doing. You can have yourself or somebody at your job site film your business and put it out on YouTube and use it as a marketing tool for your business and get it in front of more people than a traditional, advertising, etc. does for a business. You can have your business out on social media. But if you're somebody that's just a nobody like myself, and you see it and you see all these people make it look easy and you think, hey, maybe I could do something like that. Man, I would, in 2025, I wouldn't do it. 2010 was the time to do it. 2025 is too late. It's too late for the average Joe. It's not too late for people who are already have been in the film business, the production business, the photography business, the graphics design business, the accounting, the analytics. For those kind of people, YouTube is kind of ready-made for. But for the rest of us out here, I just don't think it's worth your time. Your time is more valuable than anything, including money. I don't care how many millions that they put out in front of you. Your time is worth more than that. Your life is worth more than that. So that's all I'm trying to say. I will see you guys on the next one.